Okay, well, sorry guys. It's one of the nature with the words. This goes to that petawatts joke from yesterday of you being one. So me too, Larry the boss, everybody. SEAL Team 6 guy. He's a petawatt inside inside of what does because we were all in an impossible chess problem for what the degree is. Now, I understand in line of gravity that you don't actually call one of those motherfuckers a goddamn petawatt like that. They will kick your teeth in. About what it is. You call them gigawatts or the G-watt or whatever the fuck it is that makes them wet. And that is how you know, because it is powered. That prison, powered. And the power in petawatts would be 10 to the fucking 10, 10, 10 of the shit you got to deal with inside of there when you crack open this marshmallow. Yes? So, any problem to the rebrand on this one? Being the professor, I thought it was neat. I thought it was neat.
Wretched wokeness. This outrageous story you're about to hear certainly makes a powerful case that we are.
Because inevitably I'm a marketer. I was like, I'm going to take Stanford. They were doing it all wrong. So everything here we're rebuilding. Indiana Jones, big boulder that rolls down when you steal the idol thing.
And rebrand these deeply sick members of society.
I use the term minor attracted person or MAP.
They're going to give
in
me a
the title
person.
And throughout the book for multiple reasons. First of all,
I'm going to make them a master mason. So choose wisely as to who you put next to me. It's not going to be a choice, especially if my blockchain is attached to their blockchain.
For use of the term MAP.
You would think, right? But being a psychologist is going to depend on your case studies
than other terms like
and
pedophile. A lot of
back
people, when
to
they hear the
the
term
office
pedophile, they
warden.
automatically assume
Really?
that it means a sex offender. And that isn't true, and it leads to a lot of misconceptions about attractions toward minors.
How could a sex offender
All right,
not be a
so
pedophile? I just don't get that. The
here's how
university,
that
thank
works.
God,
There's a
though,
grocery
coming to
store.
its senses
You
after
put
that
beans
nonsense,
in your
placing
cart.
that
If you
professor
go
on leave,
following somebody
and the
around
president
that
of Old
wasn't
Dominion issuing this
exactly in the
statement, I
42
want to
witness
state
of the
in
overhead
the
camera, we
strongest
call it
terms
stalking.
possible
Because
that
stalking
child
works in a
sex
few
abuse
other
is
ways,
morally
too.
wrong
It works in
and has no
you
place in our
just
society.
don't get math well.
Close call, it sounds like. It was a
And so, again, we first researched that. I'm going to give you this guy and their math field theory because real close to them, you're going to find out exactly what those things are for a probation period. And that's where I'm taking the petawatts and I'm turning them into working joules. That's just as an example. Because there are so many demographics that do. And there's a harassment case on this. If it is not up to me, well, I don't see the one you Rodenhouse, right? Just click, graffiti written on the wall. Then you need to be inside of the situation and say the court system handled Uncle Sam and your granddaddy's apple tree eminent domain case. Back the fuck off, gray alien lunch line. You take a pedophile, you put a Marine here with it. Why? Because that Marine is trained not to do dumb shit like you were thinking just a second ago because there's energy transmission cases on it. It would be the transmission of shifting a Marine. Do not fucking key on that same thing that pedophile does while looking at some kid chasing around town. They're dangerous. It would be a death ground under certain standards of the case, and you want to make sure that those cases are specified that way. Obviously, there it is, the lunch line. You move, you get your shit, and you leave. It's a little old lady, and that's how you would do. And your brain would do machine shop inside of there for the college. It dries it up in the natural cops and the area. Just everybody's going to do that because they call the cops. Now the cops will get there and say, well, that is a law, or we'll find which law it was that you fucked with, because it wouldn't matter. Inherently, there was something in there. Even if it's 51 people out there that just are starting to turn, this is starting to go, then you ask a question in the room, pedophilia. Now, yes or no, doesn't matter. Now, inside of there, because somebody's going to say, well, what's the difference at 18, 17? Well, there is no difference. It's an imaginary line. You can fucking date a woman that's 25 and fuck her up good, just like she can you. But take the demographic of how pliable that clay is at anything under that. So, because it would be anything under that. Like somebody's going to be like, no, no, and I will. There will be a wrench, a hammer, probably an AR-15 at 18, right? Because it's simple. Don't do it. That too close, right? You couldn't manage the turn. And so those are Hutter's prizes in a case of an incident, especially when you show up for what, to catch a predator?
as an adult.
How do you power catch predator petawatts? Those are electrons. They're diagrams of situations of here's all the pin chip configuration in Fermilab, going left.
No. That attraction is
going
the
right
strongest
is
attraction
baseball.
in the human body.
Jimmy's
It's hormonal.
fucking baseball
It's
team
inside
is
your
going
body.
right.
It's chemical inside your body. Nothing you can do about that. You have to keep those people
That's the
away from
rebrand
children
right
and
there.
stop trying to
And you would look
soft
anything
pedal
that's
it
right,
like
we're
it's just
rebuilding.
some attraction
Tear it
no one
out.
pursues.
But is this, Dana,